Yes, my football lovers out there, my followers, hope you're having a great week and you're enjoying your team playing in the Champions League and you're enjoying the matches so far. And if your team is in the Europa League tournament, it's going on at the moment. Some matches have started now. But first of all, we want to talk about what transpired last weekend in the EPL. We saw the only consistent team right now because I can tell you I don't know and I know a lot of people out there will definitely agree with me. This is the most poorest Premier League season. What I mean by poorest, uh, most of the teams, the top teams, are not doing really well. They're so inconsistent. Liverpool is inconsistent. Manchester City is inconsistent. Chelsea's is inconsistent. The only team that is consistent right now is Arsenal, and we saw what happened to them last weekend, losing to a very good side, Aston Villa side under Unai Emery. Um, you know what they did to Arsenal like 2 seasons ago. But last season, Arsenal was able to do a double over them, I guess so. But this season, they have done it again. They have made Arsenal to drop point. But Arsenal is the only team that is so consistent right now in the APL. In fact, in Europe, because they are topping the Champions League table, we saw what they did yesterday against Club Brugge. The trash Club Brugge 3-0. That was a away match in Belgium. So Arsenal is really doing really well. They are doing really well. But they lost that match to a very good side, Unai Emery side, who the team at the moment they are in a good form, a good run of form. Unai Emery is getting the point, is getting the win. The players are playing really, really beautiful, fantastic football. Credit to Unai Emery and his boys. They are doing really well this season. That match was a very, very, very exciting match last weekend. I think Unai Emery really got it right tactically. Got it right tactically. We saw what he did by bringing in the Argentine who later got the last minute kick, who got the goal. That is a player we know that he has the talent is there, but a few seasons ago he had an injury, has been suffering from injury. But this season we see him. He's fully fit and he's playing some games. He's fully fit. So we saw that goal. It was a very beautiful goal, well taken from the Argentine. Kudos to Unai Emery. If you can understand what happened vividly in that match, I think Unai Emery. If you watch that match between Arsenal and Aston Villa, you will understand how Unai Emery actually got the match right tactically. He had to capitalize on the fact that Arsenal, Arsenal have the best defense line this season. They have a very good team this season, no doubt about that. Gabriel and Saliba, they are the best paired center back this season in the EPL. But the both of them was not in that game. So Unai Emery capitalized on that and decided to press Arsenal. He knew that if he put a pressure on those back four of Arsenal, those back four, he definitely gonna force the defenders to make an error. That is the reason why Ikape was a little bit okay, but if you saw how the last minute goal, the goal, the Aston Villa scored the last goal. If you saw how the goal came about, I think it was a defensive error from Nkapi. He shouldn't have allowed that ball to roll into throwing. So I think that was actually the reason why Aston Villa scored that second goal to get a free point in that match. But to be honest with you, kudos to Unai Emery for thinking so fast that Saliba and Gabriel is not in that match and decided to press the Arsenal backline so that to force them to error. Ekape and the Dutch player, the defender, the versatile Dutch player, they did well, but Unai Emery knew that they would not be able to match up to what Saliba and Gabriel are doing for Arsenal. So kudos to Aston Villa and kudos to Unai Emery. So moving on, we saw what happened against Manchester City, trashing Sunderland 3-0, Everton winning 3-0. Everton won their match. David Moyes is really doing a very great job with Everton. They won their match against Nottingham Forest. AFC Bournemouth played goalless draw against Chelsea. So Sunderland, who is doing really well this season, they've shown some glimpse that they can actually play football. And bringing in Granit Xhaka into the team was a very, very, very good buy. We can see what he's doing on that midfield, but that very much last weekend he couldn't do nothing because Manchester City actually played well. Yeah, they played really good, very, very well. We saw them winning that match tyranny against Sunderland. Sunderland had some few chances. That is the reason why I'm saying Chelsea is crawling back gradually. The Guardiola boys are crawling back gradually, but there is still spaces there to play through if you are playing against them. And if you can take your chances, there's every possibility you can always score against. So Manchester City, there's always a chance for you to get a goal against them because the spaces are there. Their backline are not too compact. They are making silly mistakes as well. But that very much Sutherland could not take their chances. They had few chances, but they could not take their chances. Kudos to the new player Manchester City brought into their team. Is a very, very good footballer. The guy they brought from Lyon is a very, very good footballer. And kudos to him for making that some blind assist for Fodi to get the third goal of the second goal of Gesso. Yeah, that was the third goal for making Ryan Cherky for making that fantastic blind pass, a very skillful pass. And if you understand the way he plays, he's very, very skillful. Ryan Cherky, very skillful. And we saw what he did against Real Madrid yesterday in the Champions League. You can see he's a player who plays the both foot, so he's very, very good. He's very, very good tactically. So kudos to Manchester City. They are crawling back gradually. And we saw Newcastle winning against Burnley and Tottenham winning against Brentford. Kudos to Tottenham. They are getting the point. Thomas Frank is getting the point and his boys. So we saw Leeds and Liverpool. It was another dramatic game against Liverpool. We don't know exactly what is happening right now. We saw after the game the Salah comment and everything. But in that match, it was a very, very, very surprising. Liverpool thought they had the game when they were winning 3-2 because they had to come. The Liverpool was actually leading 2-0, and Leeds got their chances and they took it and they developed. The match was 2-2. Um, a very good Liverpool player this season who scored the third goal. Thought they had that match. Definitely, they're gonna get a 3 point, but it was very disappointing outing to allow Tanaka to get another goal for Leeds, and they drew that match 3-3. Soboslai is a very good player this season. We see what he's doing for Liverpool. What he did yesterday, their match, they won their Champions League match against Inter Milan. We saw what he's doing. He can play almost every position right now. He's very versatile. He's very quick. He has really done well this season for Liverpool. We know Liverpool, they are not in a good place right now, but that is the only player that I can actually single out that is doing fantastically well. So we saw that match. It was a very heartbreaking match for Anna Slot for allowing Leeds United. They couldn't hold on to the remaining minutes of that game for allowing them to get another goal. Tanaka, who also got a goal against Chelsea 2 weeks ago, is proving to be a very boss-to-boss midfielder, the Japanese. So that match ended 3-3. Then then on Monday we saw the game between Wolverhampton and Manchester United. You know Wolverhampton this season uh they used to be very competitive, but this season they can't find their feet. They sold some very good quality players, Cunha to Manchester United, and now they are suffering from that. You know, Cunha was their best player last season. Uh, he got a lot of goals for Wolverhampton. So Wolverhampton right now they are struggling. So we saw they are sitting on the bottom position in the EPL table. We saw what happened in that match. United trashing their 4-1, but I'm not too impressed about. It's fine. Manchester United are gathering the point because the point was there for them to take. It was expected, knowing how Wolves has been playing this season. They are not really too impressive. They are very poor this season. I think the whole team, their confidence is very low because I actually watched that match. I saw the way they were playing. United started the match so well. United should have been like 4-5 goal up in the first half, but they still managed to allow. They still allowed Wolverhampton to get a goal. This is a Wolverhampton side that have not scored for a while now. They got a goal against Manchester United. To tell you it tell you a lot about where Wolverhampton are at the moment. That the team is not really. They are very very low in confidence. Because United team, this is a team that the backline is very poor. The defensive midfield is poor. Casemiro is struggling. His aging is struggling, but he's still doing really well this season. He's trying his best. We can see that of Ugarte because Ugarte is a player. I don't think he plays. He's a smart midfielder. He's not a smart midfielder. It takes time on the ball before he passes the ball to the next teammate. He's very sluggish. All he makes it very late tackles. He's not smart. He's not an intelligent midfielder. I just feel like, my opinion, that kind of a midfielder is not supposed to be in Manchester United because I've been following United. I've been a United fan for so many years. I've seen the players that have the midfielders that have played for Manchester United. We shouldn't have brought in Ugarte to our team because you saw how PSG, Luis Enrique, uh, 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 he knew that this player is not the kind of a player that he wants on his team, so he had to ship him out. Then they brought in João Neves. So I don't really think it's going to work out for Manchester United. They just need to let him go so that they can get a very very good versatile. So I feel like they need to let Ugarte go so that it's not about just making the tackles. Because if you can remember, if you actually follow the Manchester United players, the team in the 90s, stroke 2000 eras and everything. So you understand that the lives of the Roy Keane, Carrick, Paul Scholes, Nicky Bott, those players were not just making tackles. That's what you don't understand. It's not about, it's good to be aggressive and make it, it's also good to be intelligent. When you make a tackle, you should know where to immediately put the ball. You should know where your next teammate are. If you should know when the next team your strikers are making a run. Ugarte is not a smart, he's not an intelligent player. So I just feel like they should let him go. They should bring in someone like Adam Wharton, who is very, very intelligent. He knows what he's doing. He plays that role very well. People feel like he's very sluggish with the way he plays. If you can remember Busquets in that Guardiola Super Barcelona team, and if you remember the life of Carrick, who I feel is underrated, but he was a very fantastic footballer for Manchester United. Veron, at the time, he was not that quick, but he's very, very intelligent. We need someone like that to be on our team, not Ugarte, who keeps turning on the midfield. He does not even recognize when his strikers are making a run. I think they should let him go. They should let him go. To be honest with you, they should let him go. We need to see quality players. We can see what Mboimo and Kuyan has brought to the team. They made a few of the players up front. We know Messi has the talent. It's just as injury as frustrated his effort over the years since he joined Manchester United. He has not actually enjoyed his game. This is the first season that I'm seeing that he's playing 90 minutes for Manchester United, and I'm happy about that. And he has gotten a few goals this season. I'm happy about that. So Manchester United winning Wolves, it's good that we are gathering the point, but I was not too impressed because they keep doing the same thing. When they are winning, they can't keep the opposition out and keep and make sure they don't concede. They keep doing the same thing. They always concede. They always allow the opponent to come back. They always allow the opponent to come. There's always a space there to punish them. I don't understand why they keep doing that. I don't think it's just the formation. Because if you can understand fully well, Crystal Palace, they play the same formation. Just that their wing backs are more aggressive, more pacey than the wing backs of Manchester United. And the team, the likes of Adam Monti that I just talked about in the midfield, is more intelligent than the Manchester United midfielders. The excluding Bruno Fernandes, is intelligent. So I don't really understand why they keep making the same mistakes, the same error. They're doing the same thing, allowing the opponent to come back, giving them that opportunity to go at them and score goal against. They always concede. They need to do something about that, and they need to do it quick because, especially knowing fully where the few players that we know that will be going for AFCON. I don't know what we'll be doing in January if we are going to bring in some few key players to fill on those positions because you can agree with me, even if you're not a Manchester United fan, we don't have bench. There's no one on that bench that Amorim trusts that he can actually rely on. He's not there. Ian Kobe Mino is not a fast player. He can't play on the wing. He's not a fast player. I know Kobe Mino is a very intelligent player, but he's not fast. So we need a player that can actually fill up Umbuemo and Ahmad Diallo wing, and also someone that is very experienced and I can also fill up for Mazraoui. So I don't really know how they're going to do it by January, but they need to do something. They need to do something. It's very important. They need to. If they want to continue this momentum of gathering this point, they need because I don't think they'll be able to do it without those guys going for AFCON because AFCON is going to take about a month. So it's going to be difficult for us. So moving on, um, let's talk about the Champions League games. We saw Bayern winning their match. They are very, very good this season. The company said they won their match against Sporting Lisbon. Sporting Lisbon actually got the goal first. They scored first in Allianz Arena. So Galatasaray lost to AS Monaco. Olympiacos won their games against Carrara Marti. And Atlanta won their game against Chelsea. I don't know what is happening to Chelsea at the moment. I think the team is not. How do I put it? They can actually score goals. They are not scoring enough goals. They are not scoring enough goals. But if you watch the way they play, they are actually playing at least. I can see some few moves, which is actually very good combination, but they can't finish up. So that is actually what I think is the problem. They need to get someone that can get them at least a 15 plus goal in a season or a 20 plus goal. They can score. The strikers that they brought in, even their coach Maresca said the Brazilian up front, he can't get a 20 goals in a season. He's not that kind of a player. Delap is struggling. So I don't think Chelsea up front right now. They are not good at the moment. They are not good. They can't rely on those strikers. Liverpool won their match against Inter Milan. Florian Wirtz coming from the bench to get a penalty against Inter Milan. He got a penalty, and it was well struck. It was well put away by Soboslai. And so PSV and Atletico Madrid match, we saw what happened. PSV actually got the first goal. Atletico Madrid came back from behind to win that match 3-2. And Tottenham won their match. Kudos to Tottenham. They won Slavia Prague. 3-0. They won that match. Reno Saint Gilloise against Marseille. Marseille won that match away. We saw former Manchester United player who is a very good player scoring brace in that match, getting a brace in that match. Mason Greenwood. So kudos to Marseille and their coach. Their Aubameyang, the old veteran, is still doing a very good job on that team. So kudos to Marseille, and I love what I'm seeing that is a player that Manchester United are hoping to bring that kind of player back to Manchester United. We lost that player, Mr. Greenwood. He was a very fantastic player. When I'm watching, I know he's very pacey. He's very pacey. He has more speed than Shelky, the new Manchester City player. The reason why I see a little similarities in both of them is because of they both play the both legs. If you watch the way Sheki is playing, he can strike with the both leg, he can make passes with the both leg. That is exactly how Mason Greenwood is. Mason Greenwood can score with the both legs, he can make very sublime passes with the both legs. We saw what he did when he was in Manchester United, and now what he continued to do, even when he went on loan in Spain before coming back to Manchester United and finally signing for Marseille. We saw what he's doing. He is doing a fantastic job. He's a very, very, very good player. I can't lie to you. If you are following Mason Greenwood, you can attest to that. He's a very, very fine footballer. And kudos to him for not allowing what happened to actually stop him from enjoying what he loves to do. That is playing football. Kudos to him. And to yesterday we saw Karabag. Uh, they won. Karabag lost against Ayas. They lost against Ayas 2-4. Ayas won that game 4-2. And Villarreal lost at home against FC Copenhagen, who is doing a little bit very good this season in the Champions League. And Atletico Bilbao against Paris Saint-Germain, the defending champions. They play a goalless draw. And Bayer Leverkusen and Newcastle United play 2-2 draw. And Benfica won their match against Napoli 2-0. And Club Brugge lost to Arsenal. Arsenal trash Club Brugge 3-0. And Juventus won their match 2-0 against Parforce FC. And Real Madrid lost to against Manchester City. So those were the match that was played yesterday. And as I'm speaking to you right now, the UEFA Europa Cup matches are going on. Many said the players need to hold on to their mistake as well. So it means the way they played yesterday against Manchester City, it did not look like they are their team that wants their coach out of the club. No, they played really. They tried their best. Let me put it that way because Rodrigo, who has not scored for a very long time now, got a very fantastic goal yesterday. We thought they were going to win them at the way they started, but they actually fell down and they lost to Celta Vigo last weekend in the La Liga. So I don't know where they are going from here. So definitely, there are still matches that is going to come up after this run of matches that they are playing right now on the Europa League. Barce and Aston Villa will be playing their match by 8 o'clock. And Bran will take on Fenerbahce. Celta Vigo will take on Bologna. Celtic will take on AS Roma. FC Porto will take on Marmora FF. FCSB, Feyenoord, and Freiburg FC Salzburg. Lyon go ahead Eagles and Panathinaikos Victoria Plazin will be locking horns by 8 o'clock. Those matches is scheduled for 8 o'clock. So this weekend we're going to be seeing Premier League matches as well. Chelsea will be hosting Everton. Liverpool will be at home in Anfield against Brighton. Burnley will host Fulham. And Arsenal will be at home in Emirates against a very poor Wolves side who has totally lost confidence. So that is on Saturday on the 13th of December. Then on the Sunday of it, the 14th of December, Crystal Palace will host a very good side. That is going to be a test for Guardiola side if they are actually back. If the team is actually back, they'll be at home in Selhurst Park against Manchester City, and Nottingham Forest will be at home against Tottenham Hotspur. Sunderland will be at home against Newcastle United. That happens to be another tough game. West Ham will be at home against Aston Villa, who is a very good side. Aston Villa. Brentford will be at home against Leeds United. Those matches are going to be very, very, very exciting matches. Then on Monday, Manchester United we take on AFC Bournemouth. So those matches are promised to be a very good games. So please, wherever you are going to stream those matches from, don't miss it. Make sure you watch those matches. And we're going to come back. We'll talk about it this weekend. We analyze it and I hope your team wins. Kudos to your team. And please don't forget, continue to follow me, Global Goalcast, and I will always be here to give you what is happening in the world of football, the latest news and what is happening in the world of football. I see you, I see you, I see you. Credit to all the fantastic managers and the players out there. Kudos to everyone. And I wish all my fans